Hey everyone, and welcome back to... Wait, why am I on the menu? Whoops. I don't know. I'm just a little brain dead today.
You can actually start talking when we load in.
Yeah, no. I'm just gonna keep that flub in there because I am honest with myself.
So wait, how did we get here?
I have no idea. But we're supposed to escort her, apparently. I'm gonna go loot this sparkly thing.
Well, that's the lady that we were supposed to talk to, right?
And its body.
Why is there just a corpse lying around and she's just like,
there are a lot of corpses lying around. Anyway, shall we get going?
Yeah, there's Tybray. She was the one that you had to save in the cave, except she was just an illusion, so this is the real one.
Right. Now let's see if I can get the orbs to come out of her belly. Nope.
Well, hi.
Movement is too awkward. I don't know. I love it when things clip through things.
You were the mortal. There were whispers that Bizarine had welcomed one of you amongst us. But to pick the siege breaker, I am awed. I forget myself. Bizarine has made his wishes clear, and we must do as he asks. Are you ready to begin?
Tyrannical leader, if everyone's like, we must do as he asks.
Yeah, I don't think that many people like him. For, reasons he himself explained.
I am Tybray. I have only 2 centuries to my name. I was asked to join the house because of my abilities. I can hear them. The sorrows in people. The essence of decay and ruin that precedes winter. I can even hear the sorrows faintly in you. Few delvers are left who can hear any sorrows at all, but never have any claim to hear them as much as I. Many believe me to be a liar, or an abomination.
My computer does not like her for some reason. The fan is really kicking up. Anyway.
The Midden was once a sacred place for the House of Sorrows, for all Winter Fae, where the bodies of the dead were left to decompose. Our bodies do not rot as mortal corpses do. So when Saturnin placed the bodies of mortals here, they putrefied, corrupting the Midden. Scavengers and beasts now roam the Midden, and the body we seek is deep within. I must have someone to watch my back. Farewell.
Wait, why is she saying goodbye to us?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, we got some more boggarts.
Plague bears.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do something. I've been meaning to do this for like 20 episodes. No, I don't want to change the difficulty. That's how I'm gonna do it. Oh, that's why. The music has been way too high, and it's actually been competing with the...
Dialogue on occasion?
Yep, more than a little bit. So, off camera, I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls recently, and it's kind of hard to remember the control scheme because they're both action RPGs. So in Dark Souls, you know, light attack is right bumper, which is stealth in this one, apparently. What's right trigger do? Oh yeah, the spell menu. So, I'm getting all sorts of confused. I should just start playing Fable, too, just to, you know, solidify the confusion further. Actually, we should play that. We should play that after this, I think.
Well, of course, but that's after we finish this.
I'm not sure if I want to play Fable 3. We should test that out, but I have Fable 1 too, and that one I absolutely want to do a Let's Play of.
Really?
Yeah.
Even with all of the inappropriate things?
They're only inappropriate if you go to the whorehouse. Yeah, if you didn't know, Fable 1 is largely pretty PC, except for a whorehouse that you can go to.
PC, you mean PG?
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking politically correct, even though that's technically not true. Why am I doing so much more damage? It's like I just started taking steroids in between episodes, and I haven't even done anything. Speaking of, I should do all the side quests, now that we've collected, you know, a couple hundred more.
Not literally that much, hopefully.
Kind of feels like it, though. It's probably at least 10 or 20.
So I wonder what she means by the Fae decompose differently than mortals do.
Or maybe they cocoon up and that's how they revive?
The body is here. I must begin my work. But the magic is sure to draw the wild fae in the area. Hold them back while I commune with the sorrows. Farewell.
Well,
Which body is she going to?
I don't know, but I see
Looks like a
sparklers
mass of
over here.
blood. Watch out!
They're just boggarts. Look at them. They die in one fire blast. Which apparently does, like, what? Is that... Oh, it's just a little short of 1,000. For a second I thought it was, like, 3,000 damage, and I'm like, jeez. But yeah, everything is grayed out right now, so... My bet is... Well, I know for a fact we're actually getting very close to max level. Uh-oh.
Yeah, don't let anything attack her!
Because apparently in this game, max level is level 40. Okay, I know there's a way of locking on in this game, I think. Is that it? Did I lock on?
Might as well get rid of that tiny Bogart.
I mean, it's not like either of them actually injure me in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I have no idea how to lock on in this game. I think it's a thing. But I guess it's not that necessary because we're not doing Dark Souls style sneak around the back and stab him in the butt. Which is my favorite strategy, by the way.
Yes, it is done. Cadoric's sorrows left a strong impression on the corpse. He is hiding in the Siren Crypt in the Drowned Forest. You should go there, but be wary. The impression Cadoric left on the body was conflicted. Something is not right here. I will return to the house. With the beast beaten back, it should prove safe enough now.
Who's Cataract again?
Cataract was that man that was poisoned in the, in that dream sequence. But he ends up actually being...
Right. Cataract is the, like, mole guy that murdered some people.
Because there are the Delvers, and then there are the Tenders, or...
Yeah, but
and
there's also the Tuatha plant, who got to Cataract, who murdered people. And so that's what we're contending with here.
The dead do not speak lies. Cadorok has gone to Siren Crypt in the Drowned Forest. It was once a mighty fortress, but like all things in this war, it was reduced to ruin. Lesser, cruder beasts and beings walk its halls now. For Cadorok to hide there, it makes little sense. But from what the Sorrows told me, it seems as though he had nowhere else to go. We, are the backbone of the house. Delvers can look into the essence of Winterfell, find the sorrows within, and take upon that burden. The Weeping King was the first to perform this function. The Delvers witnessed his powers, and imitated as they could. Only now, no Delver has this art, save for me. Farewell.
Alright.
So go over to the corpse that she was consulting with. Do you think it's one of the victims?
Nope. That's a completely separate corpse. I don't know. Confusing. Oh, it's a bone. That's what I'm looking at. I was confused.
Yeah,
it's like most trees usually don't look like that. Yeah, there are a lot of corpses all over the place because this is supposed to be the main battlefield of the war.
Well, also this is a place of death.
It kind of bothers me though, because like except for the couple of missions we've been in, there's no actual sign of war or combat or anything like that. All right, so instead of walking all the way over here, yeah.
Ooh, that's a ways away.
Which is why I did all the side quests earlier and explored everything. Solves so many problems. You have all of the ideas.
See, now you have a camp full of weary humans. Elves.
But they've been here since the last time.
And you're still cursed.
I'll get that fixed at some point. Oh, I'm supposed to go in here. I was wondering for a second, it's like, did we get all of those, like, pillar things that we're supposed to for the main plot? And it's like, no, we haven't, because we're doing all the side plots first. Duh.
I think it's interesting how the Murgons are essentially kobolds, but Aqua...
You reskin slightly?
At least they reskin them.
Yeah, at least they tried. No, I have been largely okay with the kobolds and Murgans just because they're actually interesting. Even the, like, boggarts are okay, it's just the sheer repetition is like, eh. But at this point, we probably kind of sound like broken records as far as this goes.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish there were more boss creatures, you know? Like the Niskaru...
Unique ones?
Yeah, like the Niskaru Lords were scary the first time you run into them, and then it's just like, oh, this is how you fight them. Okay, they're easy.
We've seen this kind of tomb before.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and there's a bunch of sprites.
Mm-hmm. Like, the design work is cool. I just wish it was like grave sprites or something, and they were like these sprites, but skeletal and like rotting or something crazy. Or like everything was wintry.
Yeah. No snow or winter as of yet in this game. Well, there's a frost sprite.
Yep. You know what we forgot to do? Again, we forgot to hit a timer.
Yep. Oh, this is an interesting wall. Door.
Yeah, so if you have enough points in Detect Hidden, you get to detect secret doors. And I believe you can,
Your cursor's going on.
I thought I was running. Yeah, so, secret doors, in this case, actually take me faster to the objective. More often than not, they bring me directly to treasure. But I think in this one, it's actually going to be convenient.
Whoa!
Surprise!
Spiders!
Yep. I was really hoping for a second it would be a unique enemy. Yeah?
Spiders have come out of the ground more often than, you know, sauntering down off of threads, you know?
Oh, it's because it's probably an easier... they've never done the down from threads thing.
Because I just remember that being very common in most other games I've seen spiders in.
Probably takes more work. No. I would really like to see, like, a fusion between this game's overall, like, colorfulness and, I mean, slight levity, and, like, Dark Souls style design and, like, respect.
What do you mean by respect?
So, you were complaining about, like, how Dark Souls was ugly and stuff, but, like, that game takes itself exceedingly... It takes every aspect of, like, the dungeon very seriously. Like, all the encounters have been planned out. Many of them to try and kill you instantly. All the boss encounters...
I get too frustrated playing that game.
well, the thing is, once you know how to beat a boss, the boss actually gets so easy you can beat them naked without even, like, a shield.
Yeah, then you turn into Mystery.
You are Bizarane's cat's paw, then? I knew he had let a mortal into the house's ranks. But this is who he sends to do his dirty work. Fie on him! You may return me to the cycle, but if you ever see your master, tell him this. He will never get his hands on the sorrows. All of us, will stop him.
What? So you can't talk with him?
Nope,
That's
no
it?
talkie-talkie. Katarok gets wally-doodled. He does not... Oh, it's because he's actually orange for us. He's like one of the first enemies in a long time that we fought that is orange.
Looks like you're doing a doozy, just stunning him and throwing him to the ground.
Yeah, there's a spider behind us, but it hasn't really noticed that I'm just, like, murdering the crap out of this guy in the
This reminds me
corner.
of Soul Calibur 2.
Like, I know I should be fighting him more seriously, but let's be honest here. That was really funny to greatsword juggle a dude.
No, I know, because you just throw him up in the air, he'd fall on the ground, and just as soon as he'd get up, you'd repeat the cycle again.
Yeah. And that's one thing I don't like in a lot of games. That
Well, you also had him pinned up against a table. It would have been a different story if it hadn't.
I don't like it when the encounter's still going on, even if I've already killed the impetus for it. But, like, I don't like stunning in games.
Maybe you have to loot him, and that's why...
No, these guys are designed to come in waves, depending on his health. Or, like, as you defeat them, up to a limit of, like, 2 or 3 waves of spiders. And they're supposed to distract you while you're fighting Katarok, because he's actually supposed to be a challenge. But, since I insta-gipped him while nobody else was really bothering with me,
That was easy.
Yep, that was incredibly easy. Yeah. But, no, I don't like the whole, like, stunning aspect to games. It makes it so you can either juggle enemies in a not fun manner, or they can juggle you in a not fun manner. Back to talking about Dark Souls, they also have kind of the ability to stun lock things, but depending on like how tough your armor is and like how magical it is, your ability to be knocked back is reduced, and like blocking in that game makes a lot of sense. I don't like the dodging that much though, because it doesn't actually give you invincibility frames, which makes sense because invincibility frames are nonsense from like a realism standpoint.
I'm actually surprised they had a mini cutscene for that guy.
You mean the spider popping out?
Yeah.
Really, they just... It's a canned cutscene. It's happened so many times. Amongst all of the side quests I've ever done. It's not particularly unique.
So this place actually has coffins and the like.
I don't know why I'm going the way I came in. I should just turn back around and go the way I left. Actually, why don't we do that into a jump cut, just so we're not...
why aren't you going...
The other way? Because
Yeah.
there's nothing there but spiders.
Yeah, I suppose.
Alright, so we'll see you guys in a bit. And that was fast. Hey, there she is. Sitting on the ground outside the...
She's injured. What happened?
Oh yeah, she is. Uh-oh. Wait, is that shit on fire? Yeah, that shit's on fire. Somebody attacked the House of Sorrows.
You have finally returned. Much has happened since you were away. The house has been sundered. Not by Tuatha, but by ourselves. The house has rebelled. The other members of the house have marched against the Tuatha. I'm afraid they may have attacked Bizarane. I do not think he is dead, but we must see to him. Saturnin is watching us. I can sense it. If Bizarane is left undefended...
Saturnin again?
I don't remember. Maybe they're god?
It will be difficult for you to understand, but many did not consider Bizarane the true king of our house. While many wanted to war with the Tuatha, Bizarane stayed our hands. And while our house collapsed around us, Bizarane did nothing. I will not lie. Though I see the value of your presence, many felt that bringing a mortal into our ranks crossed the line. With you, Bizarane made his final error.
But we're the king of the House of Ballads. We should be like super cred at this point.
And the Siege Breaker, or whatever they call us.
I think still amongst the Fae, being the king of the House of Ballads would probably be better as far as credibility goes. It's like, you're the king of another House of Fae, even if they're Summer Court.
Yes, unfortunately the doors to the house are barred from the inside. I'm capable of shadow stepping through, but I'm afraid that you, as a mortal, must take a longer route. Go through the proving halls, but be warned, Bolgan roam those corridors now. Saturnin's already started moving to crush us. Farewell.
So Saturnin is clearly some other entity.
Yeah. Well, next time we're talking to an NPC that has the option, we can ask about it, because I've forgotten. Wine makes me burpy. Jeez. At least I'm not breathing as badly as I was earlier. Oh god, it's one of these guys. I really hate these guys.
Too corpulent.
Bolgan thugs. Not...
Well, she did say they were gonna be Bolgan down here.
At least... Oh, no, there he is. So, the normal Bolgan thugs are the guys with a shield, and I super hate them. Because, here's the thing. Notice how he's blocking?
They're sort of like red ogres or something.
Yeah, this game has a weird obsession with fat people. Like, extremely overweight enemies.
Not quite as bad as what I saw you fighting in Dark Souls, though. With the big butt.
Yeah. Well... I'm trying to do the explodey flame strike thing, and it's not working. There we go. Yeah, so the tutorial boss for Dark Souls, if you've never played the game, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend it if you're into this kind of game, or maybe it depends. If you're into highly difficult stuff, I would not, I would recommend it, but if you're kind of in for more of just the ride, I would not recommend it. It is not a fun game if you're trying to relax. So, in Dark Souls, the tutorial boss is just this corpulent, fat, ugly demon boss. And like most bosses in Dark Souls, their weak point and or just like the best place to attack them from behind. I mean, makes sense. Most enemies aren't covering... Come on. I'm trying to do the explodey thing and it's not working. Hold, and there we go. For some reason, it's just not as friendly at...
So, in other words, you had to see butt most of the time. If you
Yeah,
wanted
I
to
was
beat that
stabbing
boss.
him in ass crack the entire time. It was... I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's not the most pleasant thing. I think I might take off berserking just because we're not fighting enough enemies for it.
You see, I think I'm more of a fan of, you know, oh look, that creature has a shard in its chest. You know, clearly if you drive it in further, it'll
Yeah.
damage them, or look, go for the eyes!
The one problem with that sort of thing is
Then you're constantly looking for a single
weak point, which is fine.
I
Some
like
of
the boss battles where you have to use elements of the environment in order to defeat them.
Yes and no. The thing with Dark Souls is there are certain bosses you can like use the environment to drop down on the enemies from, which does more damage. But like the problem with, you know, oh, there's the crystal in the chest or whatever, it always kind of bears down to here's the boss that you have to fight, and here's this like crystal thing that you need to impact into his chest. So what you do is wail on the boss until you've weakened him enough to go for the thing. At which point you wail on the thing that's exposed, and then proceed to rinse, repeat until it's done. And that's kind of all fine and good, but it's not exactly what I would call a compelling fight. It's just...
Which is why I like the fights that you actually have to lure the character onto, let's say, a trap of some sort so that you can cut a rope so that you can activate it.
I guess. It's just...
I really liked the Darksiders boss fights.
Yeah,
And Zelda and Metroid. Really, it's just those kind of...
I think the thing
adventure
is,
game bosses.
more games need to think of bosses in terms of, like, Zelda and Metroid style boss mechanics. But at the same time, like, I'm gonna keep talking about Dark Souls because I've been playing it a lot, and so it's kind of on my mind. But, like, there are multiple ways to take down a boss in that game, and that's something that's largely underappreciated. Or not underappreciated, but, like, it's not very common to do. My problem with a lot of Zelda bosses is there's almost always just one way to beat the boss. And it's almost always just the most recent item you picked up.
Yep.
Whereas in this game, except for the Baylor, there are no bosses. There are overpowered humanoids, or overpowered generic monsters.
Or really, you just wail on them your chosen way and you get your end.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't help that we're so overpowered at this point that nothing can hurt us. But, choo-choo. But, like, I was playing Dark Souls earlier this morning, actually. Well, I was trying to wake up and get over the fact that I had to shovel like crazy. And shoveling like a foot of snow is not fun. Even if it wasn't for very long, I'm definitely not in shape enough for that kind of shoveling. But so
Maybe we need to go to the gym more.
Yep, definitely should. Timing.
But see, I do not like seeing arses up loincloths.
No, I don't like it either. It's kind of boring. They could have had like crazy lizard people as opposed to fat humanoid 1, 2, and 3, because we have the Etten, the Jotun, and these guys. Wasn't there a fourth type too?
Jotun, Etten, Bargain. I don't know if there were ogres or trolls.
I swear there's one other type of like fat humanoid that we fought that I'm forgetting.
No, I remember them. There's something.
Oh well. But so, in Dark Souls I was fighting the Hydra this time, this morning. And
It's not the thing with the rib cage that's actually
No.
your mouth, is it?
No,
That's
that-
something else.
that's a disgusting boss. That is the Gaping Dragon. Which is a cool boss fight in its own right, because you can, like, cut off its tail and stuff, which I thought was cool. Though I think it would be even cooler that if you, like, focused all of your attacks on the frontal right leg, you can actually chop off the frontal right leg and the monster will then hobble around while trying to kill you.
In the House of Sorrows now.
Yep. But with the Hydra, you have the usual option of chop off its heads or, like, shoot it from afar, or all these, like, random things that you can do depending on your playstyle. And I think that's much more compelling than just wail on it until it's dead. No, it's probably just Biserain.
You have arrived as Tybri said you would. It is good that you were able to get through the proving halls unscathed. But there are greater events at work here. The house may have breathed its last. The rebels have begun a march of folly to make war on the Tuatha. As they said, they are rallying at a fortress called the Fallen Hall. I sought to stay them. They ignored me. I sought to warn them. They paid no heed. For them, the war started when I became the King of Sorrows. And now, my reign ends. Saturnin wants this, mortal. Without leadership, the rebels will be easily picked off. And so it falls to you and Tybri to save them.
Isn't Saturnin the god of the Tuatha?
Oh, the god of the Tuatha. Yeah.
Years ago, the House of Sorrows and the Tuatha made a pact of necessity. The house would remain free of the Tuatha, but could not interfere with their war. In addition, the Tuatha demanded we appoint a more amiable king, one who would uphold the pact. And so I was named. I became the face of our submission, and when Saturnin led the Tuatha to fight us, the house had no reason left to heed me. Saturnin has made a miscalculation in moving to kill these rebels. Namely, he did not foresee you. We must exploit this fact. Saturnin will have to reveal himself in some form. Go south and learn all you can from him. Kill him if possible. I have instructed Tybri to assist you as best she can, but she is not as suited to this work as you, mortal. Look after her.
Yeah, ask about Saturnin now.
Yeah, I'd forgotten Saturnin was like the mole or the plant or the Tuatha guy, not the god. I don't remember what the god is called. Anyway.
He has wreaked havoc within the house and loosed horrors that none of us dare witness a second time. He is our foe, and he must be stopped.
Doesn't quite explain as much. Okay.
That's okay. Let's get out of here. Let's go find the rebels. But we'll do that on the next episode.
Oh, hey, is that Tybri following us?
Yep, she is following us. I do wish all the Winter Court members had the, like, glowy white hair, as opposed to...
Ah, but then they'd all be drow.
I guess. I mean, this is written by R.A. Salvatore. I think he has license.
I don't know if he necessarily invented the drow, though. He wrote a ton of books about them, though.
By volume,
Didn't he
has
also
written the most about the drow. Now, this one's actually kind of far away.
But didn't he also have a fairly big hand in creating their culture and such? I mean, I think that it was always canon that, they had Loth as their evil goddess, but I think that he actually explored more about their culture and whatnot.
Yeah. He did in some of the video games. Yeah, because these are Jotun.
Yep.
Okay, well, anyway. We got a long way to run, so instead of making you guys sit through that, plus the episode is well past over, we will see you guys on the next episode of Kingdoms of Amalur. Not the ice block, no! Ow! Alright, see you guys then. I don't like knockback in this game. It's frustrating. No! Oh.